pull the tip. Too far out of his range there. I just don't think Carl had any idea what the shot clock was. And Jordan trying to slip it. And that and hit. So Michael Jordan, despite visibly shaken.
I know we be having conversations about who's one of the people watch Mike, they come away with this allure. I'm telling you, bro, this black cat right here, this amazing gentleman that had so much to do with revolutionize our game. I want you guys to watch and just study how this man did not give a fuck about anything other than winning. I want you guys to see his face this whole entire time. All right, I want you guys to see his. I'm just saying, Mike is different. So when we're watching, I watch with that keen eye. I will never disrespect Mike's greatness. I will never disrespect what he's built. Feel me? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, y'all at home. When I come away watching Mike, I come away with like, dang. Man, right here is OD.
Like,
He's
that's
incredible.
Is he better than Michael Jordan? Speaking of history,
No.
You've really gotten good at going for the headlines. Are you impressed by this?
why? No, that's what I mean. Look, we got Kyrie Irving here. He played with
It is a
LeBron
constant
James.
debate. It is
It's a
never
constant
ends.
debate. Has he reached that?
No.
15 minutes of it.
A 2 for 2.
Yo, by the way, I want to make sure that we all give Michael Jordan his flowers. I know he's gotten a lot of flowers over his lifetime, but I want to say that personally, man. Shout out to MJ, bro. You inspired a lot of us. You have definitely set a different standard for a lot of hoopers. I mean, I still look to you for inspiration, not only just your videos, but your interviews. I'm not doing no glazing shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm a grown man. I'm gonna give respect when respect is due. Every time I've seen him, I've definitely tried to shake his hand and let him know how much I appreciate him. You know, because he definitely handled all the pressure of being one of the best players of all time, and he's done it well, and he's transitioned into something greater. So I'm happy for him and happy for his family. You know, shout out to his family. A lot of love his way, man. You know, he did some amazing things out there, bro.
Giving up the absolute.
Kyrie Irving paused in disbelief, his eyes locked on the screen as Michael Jordan, drenched in sweat and barely standing, made his way to the bench during the legendary 1997 NBA Finals. "Look at the face of someone who only cared about winning," Kyrie murmured, captivated. In that grainy footage, one of today's most skilled players was humbled by the essence of greatness itself. This wasn't about going viral. It was about respect, legacy, and understanding the mindset that built legends. As Kyrie studied Jordan's iconic flu game, he wasn't just watching history. He was uncovering the psychological blueprint that defines true champions. What he found challenges modern NBA thinking and proves that sometimes the student's greatest lesson comes from witnessing pure, unfiltered greatness. Kyrie Irving didn't just hit play. He started a masterclass in mentality. While most people have spent years admiring Michael Jordan's legendary toughness during the flu game, Kyrie focused on something few ever noticed: his face. No matter how much his body faltered, Jordan's expression never changed. "Watch his face the entire game," Kyrie told his viewers, and what he revealed was chilling. This wasn't about sickness, it was about total mental domination, a man who erased every distraction except the will to win. Coming from someone who's hit a championship-deciding three-pointer, that observation hit differently. Kyrie wasn't just analyzing highlights, he was decoding the psychology of a warrior mid-battle. He knows that pressure firsthand, the weight of the season, the critics, and the entire basketball world resting on one shot. That's why this breakdown wasn't just commentary. It was insight from someone who's lived that moment himself. That's when Kyrie's analysis hit a deeper level. He shifted from mindset to mechanics, uncovering another layer of what made Jordan unstoppable: the art of mastery. Kyrie broke down Jordan's footwork like a scientist, explaining how every pivot, fake, and movement had purpose. When he described the reverse pivot, the fake to the right, the effortless glide to the left, and that silky mid-range jumper, it wasn't about hype, it was about precision. Everything he did was intentional, Kyrie emphasized, and that single word explains why Jordan stood apart. By 1997, his dominance wasn't built on athleticism, it was built on control. He played like a surgeon, dissecting defenses with calculated movements. And then Kyrie confessed something rare for a superstar: "Every time I watch highlights, I get better." That wasn't ego, it was humility. Kyrie doesn't watch for entertainment. He studies film like a textbook, constantly learning from the legends who mastered the game before him. Kyrie's own evolution proves how deeply he understands greatness, and then he dropped a truth bomb that shook the entire basketball world. "The more you study Jordan, the scarier he gets," he said. It wasn't hype, it was fact. To back it up, Kyrie pointed to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's incredible 2024 season, MVP, Finals MVP, scoring title, champion, All-NBA first team. Fans were in awe, but Kyrie calmly reminded them, Jordan did that 4 times. 4 separate seasons. His stunned reaction said it all. What are we even talking about right now? That's why his breakdown hits harder than any stat graphic, because Kyrie understands the grind, the sacrifice, and the mental toll behind just one MVP or finals win. Doing it repeatedly. That's why MJ stands alone. But Kyrie wasn't done. He turned his focus on today's analytics-obsessed era, challenging the eye test revolution. His question cut deep. How can we really know someone's great if we don't actually watch them play? It was a dagger aimed straight at the heart of modern number-driven basketball culture. Kyrie's example drove the message home. LeBron scores 20, Paul George scores 20, same stats, right? Wrong, he said firmly. Without the eye test, you miss the truth, the shot difficulty, defensive pressure, timing, and game context that numbers can't capture. Stats lie, Kyrie stated, and Jordan's flu game was living proof. Even drained and staggering, MJ's body language alone controlled the game. He dictated tempo, commanded fear, and waged psychological battles no box score could ever measure. This was Kyrie teaching fans how to truly see basketball, the way pros do. To read posture, pace changes, and the invisible chess match unfolding between possessions. Then he opened up about his own evolution, the Kobe connection. Kyrie admitted his skill set wasn't forged by gym representatives alone, but through relentless film study. His footwork, poise, and killer instinct all trace back to Kobe Bryant, who learned directly from Jordan himself. That's the difference, Kyrie explained, between simply watching greatness and absorbing it until it becomes part of your game. Many players trained with Hakeem Olajuwon, but only Kobe transformed those lessons into unstoppable tools, and that's the secret Kyrie was revealing. True greatness isn't copied, it's studied, absorbed, and reborn in your own style. That's why Kyrie's breakdown of Jordan carried so much weight. It wasn't just analysis, it was a tribute to a living basketball lineage passed from Jordan to Kobe to Kyrie. Then came the most powerful moment. Kyrie paused the footage and said softly, "I want to make sure we all give Michael Jordan his flowers." The tone shifted completely. This wasn't Kyrie the rival or even the star. It was Kyrie the student, humbled before the master. He spoke about how he still studies Jordan's interviews, rewinds the smallest moments, and learns from how MJ handled pressure decades ago. Every time they've met, Kyrie makes sure to shake his hand and express gratitude. That's not fan behavior. That's respect from one craftsman to the architect of basketball greatness. And in that moment, the masterclass evolved into something even deeper, a reflection on how legends build legacies through those they inspired. As Kyrie took a moment to reflect on the weight of Jordan's legacy, and in doing so, he exposed just how rare genuine reverence in today's game really is. He's been on the brightest stages, hit one of the most iconic shots in finals history, and carried the immense pressure of being labeled one of the most skilled players alive. Yet, when it comes to Jordan, even Kyrie stands as a student in awe. That's the kind of presence Jordan commands, a shadow that stretches across every generation of the NBA. Kyrie's breakdown wasn't just about a game, it was about how greatness leaves echoes that never fade. He reminded fans of the parts of Jordan's story that numbers will never capture, the silent mental wars, the calm under exhaustion, and the relentless will that pushed him past pain night after night. In Kyrie's words, the 1997 flu game came alive again, not as a stat line, but as living proof of what it means to conquer both your body and your moment. The roar of the crowd, the sweat glistening on Jordan's face, the way defenders flinched at every fake despite knowing he was battling illness, Kyrie highlighted all of it to show a truth beyond skill. This was psychological warfare perfected. As his stream went on, Kyrie's tone softened, almost reflective, as he connected Jordan's obsessive study habits to his own, and then traced the same lineage through Kobe, Hakeem, Jerry West, and every legend who spent sleepless nights refining their craft. It was like witnessing a living family tree of basketball mastery. Kyrie emphasized that greatness isn't born from chance or stats. It's passed down like a secret language, a code only true students can decipher. That's why this breakdown wasn't just commentary, It was a rare glimpse into the essence of legacy itself. Kyrie wasn't just reacting. He was giving fans a lesson in seeing basketball like a true pro. He slowed the footage, studied body language, dissected every pivot, and showed that the game is still an art form. In an era obsessed with efficiency ratings, and win shares, Kyrie reminded everyone that legends aren't made by numbers. They are forged through moments, pain, obsession, and relentless willpower. His admiration for Jordan became more than praise. It was a bridge between generations. Watching him analyze every move felt like witnessing one masterbo to another. For fans, it was a rare window into how elite players truly view the game, not as nostalgia, but as a recognition that Jordan's greatness wasn't just for his era. It was a level of artistry that still sets the gold standard decades later. As Kyrie's stream concluded, one thing was unmistakable: the lessons of Michael Jordan endure, and the way champions see the game will never be the same. The blueprint for greatness hasn't changed. It's still forged in countless hours of film study, dissecting every angle, every fake, every defensive reaction, and every subtle detail that separates the good from the legendary. Kyrie Irving's breakdown went far beyond mere analysis. It was a lesson in how basketball is more than numbers, more than stats, more than efficiency ratings or win shares. It's drama, it's theater, it's chess played at 100 miles per hour, and it's fought as much in the mind as on the court. Watching Kyrie slow the footage, analyze body language, and break down every pivot and step of Michael Jordan's flu game, we got a rare glimpse into the psychology of champions,